Okay, so here's what we're doing right now. I'm gonna try and go through this video and try and do like a full kind of react to it. To see one, if I can kind of keep this like sustained for a while, and two, to see how it feels to kind of have all this kind of put together. I just want to try and see what happens. Let me go ahead and start playing this. Audio might be a little bit wonky. That's why I'm gonna have the captions on and all that jazz. Um, I might put the captions up a little bit in case I decide that I do want to upload this somewhere just for the hell of it. So then if there's like captions being made either by myself or like auto-generated, like the two captions aren't overlapping on each other. So let me um probably just gonna have um do this while it's going. I'll put it like up a little bit. Got sucker punch.
Hello, everyone. This is Jason Connell
Gonna
and
put
Nate Fox from
this
Sucker
over
Punch
here.
Productions.
There we go.
Ghost of
That should be
Tsushima
pretty
was
good.
an honor to be a part of.
I still have not
And
played
today,
Ghost of
Nate and I
Tsushima. It
get to share
seems
more
good,
about
but I
our
want to kind of
next game,
dig more into this
Ghost
one.
of Yotei. We'll be sharing how we've crafted the game around
Just
exploration
for
while keeping
clarity's sake, like
Atsu's tale of
I've already
vengeance
like
front and
watched
center.
this before.
We'll also talk about ghost combat
I just
and
kind of
how
want
it's
to
evolved.
like
And
talk
we'll
a little bit
introduce
about
for
like
the
what's
first time
interesting
some
me
new special
as
modes
this is
of
kind of
play.
going along.
But let's start
So let's
things
get
off
started.
first by talking about a Japanese folk legend,
Yeah,
the Onryo.
I feel like it's a part of a lot of the Japanese kind of like inspired games. Badass mask.
The people of Ezo believe Atsu is an Onryo, a wrathful ghost bent on revenge. And they're half right. Atsu does.
I mean, that's kind of the interesting thing about like how mythology is kind of built into kind of reality. Um, it's like she's like half both. She's like yeah, exactly as that. She's like half right. She is kind of like her identity is being subsumed to be this like this spirit of vengeance, and it's hard to know if and where Atsu still kind of like exists inside of there. Um, so I imagine it's going to be kind of like a whole. I can imagine that being a thorough line of the game of like, when do you cease to be a person and just kind of become this like, become the legend, become the fable.
Doesn't care if she lives or dies, so long as she can punish the Yotei Six, a ruthless gang who slaughtered her family.
I think someone said at one point, if I had like a dime for every Japanese inspired sort of like action, like Soulsy kind of game where the main character lost everything, is referred to as a wolf, we'd have two dimes, which is not a lot, but it's weird it happened twice between this and Sekiro. It just seems a little different than Sekiro. A lot more different.
After 16 years in the South, she's returned home to put their spirits to rest. It's warm memories of her family that propel her forward. When Atsu returns to her childhood home, with the push of a button, you can experience those cherished times.
This is fascinating. I love this. God, this like What I feel like there was another game that did that where you like oh, it was Lords of the Fallen, like the 2023 version of Lords of the Fallen where you like pressed a button, you like shifted over into oh my god, Umbral. Where you kind of like had this really interesting dichotomy of like you had two maps at the same time. I'm curious how much this will kind of remain narrative or if there's any sort of like I wonder if there's any kind of like puzzle mechanics that'll happen between like the past and the present. Like nudge a rock in one area, find it later, and see how it's still nudged over. Curious, yeah. Relatively seamless.
By giving you the freedom to explore Atsu's past, the wound of her loss becomes personal. It's that pain that pushes her forward. Hunting down the Yotei 6 is a near impossible task. She'll face 1,000 blades. But the Onryo is relentless, and with each victory, the ghost story around her grows.
It kind of makes me think too of sort of that concept. I think in a lot of I think especially J horror, where even goes to shit like Godzilla, where the monster's equal parts victim and perpetrator of the violence. Like great examples are like I think also kind of like a Onryo kind of like vibe with characters like Sadako from The Ring or Ringu, I guess. Who was the victim of a lot of like really horrible violence, and then she inflicts that violence upon others. It's very much that kind of like dual role. Again, I think that's going to be really interesting to see how this game kind of explores that duality of uh, the ghost made human and the human made ghost. Like at what point does Atsu and the Onryo begin? So we could be in for some really interesting sort of like I think that's why I'm so fascinated by this game is that kind of like playing with duality. I also just want to say, for anyone who watched the absolutely awful Hannibal Rising movie, just like it's so awful. Every time I see one of those masks, I just think of how they decided to make that like a visual motif of like, oh, Hannibal Lecter's about to have that thing, but in a punitive way. Oh gosh, it's such a weird ass movie. Don't watch it.
Ghost of Yotei focuses on player freedom more than any game Sucker Punch has ever made.
God,
But it's
so
also a game that
gorgeous.
at its heart is inspired by so many of our favorite wandering samurai films. So let's start off by talking about exploration at the edge of Japan.
Which again, like that whole idea of like, it's the interesting thing where samurai films and sort of like the classic Western like cowboy films kind of interlap. That sort of idea of the like nameless samurai, the nameless gunslinger who kind of goes from town to town, and they themselves aren't necessarily the like they're sort of like more like this force of nature that's going from place to place, and they're experiencing the stories happening around them. And it's cool, I think, that like again, Atsu's kind of playing into both things. She's like both the like sort of like the wandering ghost, the wandering samurai, or like gunslinger. But we're that, so we're like putting all of our narratives onto her, and she has her own thing going on.
We all have different playstyles, so we set out to make an open world game that lets you drive your own
Oh my
experiences.
God, so gorgeous.
Whether that's your curiosity to wander, your thirst for combat, or a deep desire to stay focused on the story. As you explore, there's an underlying clue system that invites you to new adventures in new areas of the game that could be appealing to you.
Enough!
So clever.
If you interrogate an enemy, choosing to ask about the Oni, you could uncover a landscape scarred by fire with more bold, samurai-like enemies to fight and abilities for Atsu to learn. Or, if you ask about the Kitsune, it might lead you to an area filled with snow and deception, enemies that ambush you, and new ninja-like tactics to study.
It's cool that we have, like, the way that you choose to interact with the game also dictates the types of rewards that you get. So cool. I love when, like, what is the phrase? What is the term? The ludo narrative of, like, the way that you're exploring the world kind of alters the way that the world is shaped around you. It's so interesting.
Atsu draws cards for each clue to keep track of all available adventures. The more you play, the more the game unfolds for you. As she makes progress against the Yotei 6, her legend as the on-rail grows.
It's her.
Bounty will go up, drawing the
More
attention
farming.
of deadlier foes.
Are you lost?
I'm looking for some old friends. The Yotei 6.
Show her the door.
There is a hefty price on Atsu's head. Now, Atsu can also hunt down her own bounties that bring her all around the land. This is a lucrative way to make some money to fuel her vengeance quest.
I think the guy that's just, like, sitting off to the side, like, oh, you seem like you might be the person on the drawing. Whatever. You've got other people. There are other drawings and other people to go against. Whatevs. Schling. Oh my god. It's
You're not on plan A, Gucci. You're here for my bounty.
like the Cerulean Coast in Shadow of the Earth Tree. Combat just looks so fluid.
Hidden in the world are altars of reflection. Finding one inspires Atsu and unlocks a new ability to help her on the journey ahead. They are fun to find on their own, but for a quicker route, you can always buy a traveler's map from the cartographer.
Ooh, didn't notice it. That's really cool.
Ghost of Yotei isn't going to rush you through anything. You can choose what motivates you most.
God, just so many gorgeous
But we think the
vistas.
best way to play is to
is
simply
so,
pull out your
like,
spyglass,
I'm
find
just,
something
I just
interesting
can't
on the horizon,
like not think of this
and
stupid
enjoy the
Todd
ride.
Howard. Like,
That's right.
you see that mountain? You can go there. Oh my god. I feel like it's just like the Pathless did this really well too, where like you have the like creatures kind of like it's like flying around, traveling along with you. That just like really adds to the sense of like
the
the
lands
scale
around
of a
Yotei
lived-in
are
world.
vast. It's not about checking it all off, it's
God,
about
all these
engaging
color
in the content
palettes.
that gets you excited. Embrace that curiosity and let the wind guide you on your hunt.
Is the part I'm so excited about. All the combat options.
Ezo is a dangerous place. Atsu always wields a weapon. As for which, that's up to you. Will you choose a katana, spear, a surigama,
The Surigama.
odachi,
All the
or
way.
dual swords? Each is uniquely effective against a particular enemy and has their own set
Surigama
of
is what I used in
upgrades to discover and
my
master.
ill-fated attempts to play the Neo games.
Let's see how she uses these weapons in the field. searching for leads on Lord Saito.
This is our food, from our soil. The soldiers need it more to free you.
Free us. Inokichi steals our crops, while our families starve.
Atsu's no samurai or ninja. No, she's a lone wolf mercenary who'll use every advantage, every dirty trick to win a fight.
It's very, Sword Saint Ishin.
Combat has the feel of a classic samurai movie. Every motion counts.
Curious about the
It's
fact
about
that there's like,
lethal precision.
I imagine it's part of like the thing of like this where they don't have the enemy health bars, but I wonder if they do or don't. Honestly,
If an
wouldn't
enemy
mind it if
swings
they
hard,
didn't.
Atsu can lose her weapon. But if she's quick, she can disarm them.
Oh, sick.
You're dead.
Choose the right weapon for the job. To
I
fight
wonder
a
if those
massive
tokens are
enemy,
the heals.
her huge Odachi blade is best.
Oh my god, that is also so Sekiro, the little icons above the health bar, that's like your sort of second lives and all that. Looks like they refill with damage too.
Looks like the one in charge.
Tonight, we feast.
I feel like this is part of what I'm excited for too, just like finding all the stealth ways to go about it.
Blades are great, but ranged weapons work too. And Atsu's got an arsenal.
Bounty hunter. A ghost.
Thrown
Can't be
weapons
fighting on
like
an empty stomach.
kunai, bombs, or even blinding powder can give Atsu an edge. When enemies switch weapons, you'll have to adapt. Dual swords are best against spears.
That's what I've been sitting too, like all the sort of like weapon swapping on the fly. It feels very it's different obviously, but it kind of makes you think of like Bloodborne trick weapons where you're constantly kind of like swapping between the different
Tell me
ways
what you
that the
know
weapons
about
can work.
Saito.
Atsu doesn't always fight alone. She'll meet several allies on her hunt, including a mysterious wolf.
It's Amaterasu. It's a oh my god, what's the game? It's Okami.
Atsu can set up camp under the
fun.
stars of Ezo. But she's not always alone.
Hey, friend. Share your fire with the traveling peddler?
What are you selling?
A mask said to be cursed with the unpredictable nature of its previous owner.
Camping under the stars is a great way to rest up, play your shamisen, or cook to ready for a fight ahead. It's also designed to help bring important characters and upgrades straight to you. In fact, in place of the journal menu,
This is so clever. I think it's so interesting that God, I don't mean to keep bringing up like Souls comparisons, but it almost feels like uh like like a specifically like a Dark Souls 1 or an Elden Ring like bonfire or site of grace where you can do like a bajillion things just like while you're there. It's just like this is like a humanized character like iteration of that same concept.
from Ghost of Tsushima, we've opted for a more character-driven way of managing allies and vendors you meet in Ezo. Over time, Atsu grows to have her own wolf pack. And here, you can keep track of when a sensei might have a weapon skill for you, or when a vendor has something unique to sell. Managing upgrades, resources, when to buy what, can be a burden in a big open-world game.
At campsites, members of your wolf pack can catch up with you, offering upgrades and unique items. This helps ensure you have every opportunity to upgrade and prepare for Atsu's vengeance quest ahead. You don't have to leave where you're exploring, the game comes to you.
So clever.
While exploring Ezo, you'll discover all sorts of new armor, charms, and gear. Perfect for building up Atsu around your chosen playstyle. Are you stealth, ranged, or melee focused? Find and combine the pieces that are just right for you.
Imagine all the different like weapons
And
have
of
like their own
course,
like bonuses and
customize
stuff
the
like
look
that.
of your armor and weapons to make sure that your version of Atsu looks and fights just the way you want.
Absolutely gonna go more the shinobi routes. It's top tier.
The score
Like
of
it
Ghost
is
of Yotei
just
is
incredible.
incredibly special to us. Our amazing composer, Toma Otoa, has created a mashup of Eastern instrumentation with Western flavors, brought to life through an exciting collaboration of many talented artists.
でこうダウンビートまで
If you like what you heard, we're releasing 2 tracks featured in today's State of Play on your favorite streaming service immediately after the show.
Yeah, the Ghost of Yotei like theme that I found is so good. It's so just amazing.
The digital photography community for Ghost of Tsushima is incredible. We're happy to have photo mode back in Ghost of Yotei and look forward to seeing photos from your journey across
I wonder if that means, do you just like get a bear companion, or they happen to just get lucky with having a bear nearby?
We want playing through Ghost of Yotei to feel like stepping inside of your favorite classic samurai films.
Samurai cinema mode is
from
probably
the beginning
what
of the
I
game,
wind
we're
up
happy
going
to
with.
offer a full Japanese voice track with full lip sync that you can play with subtitles.
Just feels more fitting for the setting and everything.
生きてたか
狼の姫一人残らず息の根止めたと思った
また会えたな
刀鍛冶の娘
Blimey.
覚えておけ。アツだ。
To take the feeling of stepping into a classic samurai cinema experience one step further, we are honored to once again partner with acclaimed director Akira Kurosawa's estate for Kurosawa Mode, which emulates his classic black and white films.
So interesting. You can just really feel like the reverence to just like to the genres that they are kind of emulating in this game. God, that rainstorm is beautiful.
For Ghosts of Yotei, we wanted to celebrate 2 other influential directors who have had an impact on the genre as a whole. First, we've
This
partnered
mode is
with Takeshi
interesting.
Miike, director of 13 Assassins, for a mode that puts the
Really
camera
makes it
closer
so,
during combat for a more intense, raw experience along
so
with
raw.
increased mud and blood splatter. And lastly, we've partnered with the director of Samurai Champloo, Shinichiro Watanabe. Turn this mode on to listen to some original lo-fi tracks directed by Watanabe himself.
I don't know why I'm tempted to go with this one. Just like this sort of like funny. There's something very funny about like here's this very classic sort of like thing, and it's like, oh, here's just like lo-fi beats. Heck yeah, I love this. Such a vibe.
There's so many ways to make your Ghost of Yotei playthrough your own. But no matter how you play, here's one way to experience Ghost of Yotei that is sure to be special.
This is all very cool, but like if I didn't have my the super fancy PS5 controller, I'd be tempted, but after having it with the back triggers, I can't go back. Like it's just so much nicer in my hands to have like more ways to it's like hold the controller and kind of use it. Ugh.
Today, you've got a glimpse into Atsu's hunt for the Yotei 6. Forge your own path while discovering the secrets of Ezo. To survive, you'll need to master a variety of weapons, using lethal precision to overcome the odds and take revenge as the Onryo. Ghost of Yotei comes out on October 2nd.
Fucking wait, this looks
Thank
so
you so
good.
much for watching.
Ah, this is gonna be so good. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so much fun. I cannot wait for this. Yeah, this has been this. Obviously you can see the vibes that I tend to watch anyway. I don't know if this gets uploaded. Thanks for watching. Otherwise, this is just testing shit. So, bye.